Can I help you, sir?
Hector Security International?
Take that corridor, sir. Follow the signs for the Wolsey suite. Hector's representatives will meet you there.
Great. Thank you.
Hello, then. Sorry I spoke.
Thanks very much.
Right then, everyone's settled.
Sorry.
Get the ball rolling, I think. Okay. Right then. My name's Jeff Simon, and this is my partner, John Carney.
Hello.
And we would like to welcome you all here on behalf of Hector Security International. Now, as you know, we are one of the foremost security consultants in Europe. Okay, John.
Thanks, Jeff. Our business includes multi-million-dollar contracts with various defense agencies. In particular, NATO Allied Command Europe, who've entrusted us with the task of securing some of their most sensitive installations.
Now, Hector is currently in the process of setting up a sales campaign with the objective of infiltrating the commercial and domestic sector of the UK.
We will initially retail 5 main, high-quality, fully guaranteed products. These products will be manufactured here in the UK under exclusive license by Fortuna Electronic Systems.
Now, to help us achieve our objective, we are looking for a number of carefully selected security consultants. Well, that's the reason why you are all here today, ladies and gentlemen.
We need to keep apart from the surrounding area and set up a sterilised observation site bordered by the railway and cemetery.
Have you ever noticed how promotion changes your personality?
Why?
Greg, this acting DI bit, he's really playing it. I mean, like it's for permanent.
Well, who knows? It might be.
Nah, never.
No, leave that for a while. I haven't finished with it. Just bring out the best.
Someone will pull the rug from under his feet and bang. He'll be back in the land of 3 stripes before you can say it's Sir Robert Mark.
As long as somebody takes control, I don't give a damn. The sooner we get a new chief inspector around here, the better for all of us.
Who do you think it'll be?
Tosh, I am trying to finish this report.
A guess, then?
Probably some geriatric from the yard who hasn't seen the light of day for the last 20 years, okay?
Can't make it, Terry. I'm up to my eyeballs here. No, it's not a Sassenach plot. I'm trying to wrap up my own work and run the office at the same time. I also think I may have a mutiny on my hands at any moment.
What's the matter, Viv?
I tell you what I'll do. I'll give you a ring on Thursday, see how I'm fixed. Yeah, anyway, if I don't see you before then, have a good time, Terry. Yeah, cheers, mate.
I lost the Vinci case.
Don't come barging in here like that when I'm on the phone.
It was thrown out as a result of your advice.
Thrown out? Why?
You told me Vinci was no longer a suspect, so I kicked him out.
There was insufficient evidence to charge him with the assault.
Yeah? Then I should never have held a street identification 2 weeks later.
But that's technical, otherwise CPS would have picked it up.
It's not technical when you get a slagging off from the beak. A total disregard of the code, that's what he said. There's a stated case on it, for heaven's sake. You made a complete fool of me.
Look, I'm sorry. It's just one of those things that happens from time to time.
Like I said.
Forget it.
Forget it? Is that all you can say?
There's a new parking bay allocation from Mr. Conway.
Calm down.
That's for the DI, not me.
If you think I'm going in there, you're mistaken.
You ever see one of those news clips when a volcano goes up and everybody runs for it?
Women and children first, eh?
Not in this office, mate. Every man for himself. Sergeant Roach.
I've got to do a report on this, Sarge.
I'm calling a staff meeting, 11:30.
You'll have to call back this afternoon.
I want
mate.
everyone here, no exceptions. That understood?
These basic domestic systems are designed and manufactured to make installation simple. Any questions?
Yes, sir.
This is all very well, but when I answered your recruitment ad in the national press, as everybody else here obviously did, I was under the impression you were looking to fill positions in the company for security consultants.
Uh-huh.
Well, what I gather now is that you're looking for salesmen, not consultants.
Excuse me. You are mainly police officers. Some retired, some about to retire. You've been carefully vetted and selected out of hundreds for your expertise in the security field.
Let me ask you a question, ladies and gentlemen. How many of our basic systems do you think you could sell in a week? 3, 4, 5 maybe? Yes, sir.
4, probably, I think.
4? So if you could sell 4 alarms in a week, you're a better salesman than I am. That if I could move 2. How about you, John?
On a good week, maybe 2. 4 is very ambitious.
So let me tell you, if you could sell 4 basic systems in a week, do you know how much you would earn in commission? Huh? You would earn £1,200.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, £300 commission on a basic system.
Well, how can you go wrong?
In business terms, £5,000 is a very small outlay for such a sound investment.
Now, the company guarantees return of your investment in full if within 3 weeks you have not sold one of our products. And with your experience and our backup, the sky's the limit.
You never guess I just clocked coming out of that massage parlour.
Jim, shut up, will you? Shut up.
Right. I'll come straight to the point. It seems that some of you are under the impression that the rank of acting detective inspector is a technical promotion of short duration that carries no actual authority. It may be some time before we're blessed with a new chief inspector, and whilst I'm acting DI, I'm asking for your loyalty and trust. I will not stand for anyone who tries to undermine my authority. Certainly, I'll make decisions that prove unpopular, and from time to time, I may make mistakes, as Martella will no doubt tell you. So, look, if there are any comments, criticisms, whatever, let's hear them now and clear the air. There must be someone who wants to say something. Sergeant Roach.
Me?
Yeah, you must have a gripe of some sort, surely.
Alistair.
I'm entitled to be called Sir. I'm not being pompous. It's a question of respect for the rank.
Sir, you can rely on my complete cooperation. And if you need any advice, please don't hesitate. No, sincerely.
You could do better.
What have I got to prove?
Mike? Len? What are you doing here?
Oh.
You're not thinking of packing the job in, are you?
Oh, just having a look around, seeing what's on the market.
Same here. I've got my 30 in, you know.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. I'll retire in a couple of weeks.
I thought you were on a cushy little number up there.
What, 10 years cloistered in admin at Barton Street? Call that cushy, do me a favour. What do you think?
What do you mean?
What, all this?
Oh, no, I'm not sure.
Oh, come on. I could sell one of those alarms a week easily, no problem.
Are you seriously telling me you'd part with $5,000 like that?
You're too cynical, mate. Look, they've got Sir Richard Hammerson on their board. And it's an international company. Thank you.
Who says so? Enjoy your drink, Len. Get some professional advice before you part with a penny. I'll see you.
What the hell was that all about?
Staff meeting. I wanted everyone to air their views.
You mean you were letting Ted Roach take centre stage?
Ted was his usual sarcastic self.
Ted Roach is finished. Over the hill. Played out as far as promotion is concerned. He's got nothing to lose. You have got a future. Protect it.
I think you're overreacting, sir.
What's your workload?
Maybe 5 cases waiting for committal, the rest is small.
Delegate.
I can't do that, they're all sergeant's jobs.
Give them to Roach.
He's got enough to do.
If stamping your authority means being uncompromising, stuff them.
I don't work that way.
Well, then it's time you did.
Hello, Jill. Good to see you.
Business or pleasure?
Business.
Shame.
Perhaps I should come to fraud more often.
Burnside been fiddling the books?
Not exactly. I need some information on them.
Ted! I want you to take over my caseload.
You what?
Except for one, the Davison job, they're all clear.
Don't you think I've got enough on my plate?
There's only a couple of statements to take. It's not going to take you all day.
I've got an arrest on offer. You heard the phone call.
Yeah, we'll talk about that if and when it happens.
No way.
Where's Dashwood?
Time off.
Time off until 12 noon. It's now 10 past.
Yeah, well, he's probably been held up. Traffic's murder out there, Sarge. Sir.
That's not good enough.
Yeah, I know. I should be on the streets.
Right. Lines.
Yeah.
It's time you smartened yourself up.
Me?
Your appearance is not becoming to a member of this department. I'd suggest a haircut for a start, and I want to see that suit cleaned and pressed.
This is definitely not the Sergeant Greg that I've come to love and admire.
There won't be a second warning. Viv.
Yes.
I've noticed you've been using the car for short journeys. It's a waste of fuel and unnecessary.
When?
Also, your report writing is unacceptable. Now, unless we see an improvement, I'm going to be forced to put these comments on your record.
I can't believe this.
This office has become very sloppy. I want to see maximum effort from everybody. If there are any comments, put them on paper and submit them to me. Is that understood?
I could be completely wrong about all this.
Nothing.
What, you mean the company doesn't exist?
Right. Principals. Carney and Simon, is that right?
Yeah.
Let's start with Carney.
They could be false names.
Not necessarily.
Oh, no. 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 Yes, that looks like it could be him.
John Carney. Involved with Jeff Simon in fraudulent misrepresentations, mainly in Europe, including phony investments in shares, diamonds, and oil. Note the names of the other bogus companies they've dreamed up. Pelops and Danaeus, all classical myths.
Myths being the operative word.
Beware of Greeks bearing gifts.
What if I got myself a complainant? Nip the whole thing in the bud.
You want us to take it over?
Well, actually, I'd like to have a go at it myself.
I hope you know what you're doing.
I'd still like to give it a try.
I can shortcut some of the inquiries for you, but if you get involved with Swiss bank accounts, offshore companies, you're going to be in trouble.
Thanks.
A word of advice? Don't be surprised if the job dissolves in front of your eyes. Good luck.
Frank?
Sir?
Oh. I'll have the chicken, please.
Very nice.
So, how's acting chief suiting you, Frank?
Well, so far today, I've countersigned 15 pieces of paper, drunk 5 cups of coffee, answered 3 telephone calls, and played Monopoly on the street map opposite.
So, apart from the boredom you're coping?
As long as my pen doesn't run out.
Oh, thank you. And Greg?
What about Greg?
I heard he's losing control.
No, he'll be all right. He'll make a good DI. He just needs more supervisory experience.
Nevertheless, I'd like you to keep an eye on the situation, all right?
And who's keeping an eye on me?
That would be telling, Frank, wouldn't it?
Oh, hello, mate.
Hi.
Did you get your promotion?
Oh, don't you start.
Well, they tell me everyone's at it these days. Acting chief inspector, acting inspector.
Yes.
Hollis is even acting like a human being.
No, now you're being ridiculous.
Right, what can I do for you?
On your rounds, have you ever come across Fortuna Electronic Systems?
Yeah, they make security, fire alarms, CCTV.
What type of firm are they?
Well, I'd say they were fairly well established.
Oh, hello, Grapply Printers. Yes, can I speak to someone in your accounts department, please?
I wouldn't say they were the best systems on the market, but they're very expensive. Why?
Can you find out if they supply any models exclusively to this lot, Hector Security International?
Yeah, sure.
Well, the company secretary knew the figures were wrong when he sent out a letter on the 12th.
Ted, do you mind?
Your caseload is now up to date. You want me, you know where to find me.
Ted!
Paul corrupts. Did you know that?
Mike. Don't give me a hard time, okay?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I can only take so much crap in one day. You were given 3 hours time off. You've taken 4.5.
I got held up.
That's not good enough.
Oh, come on, Gov. Since when have I taken liberties?
That's not the point.
Do you want the truth?
It would help.
I've been considering leaving the force. In fact, I went for a job interview this morning.
You're joking.
People are getting promoted. I can't even get a transfer.
Look, I think we should sit down and talk about this.
Fine.
Excuse me, Mike, there's a lady here to see you.
I found out some interesting facts. Thought I'd tell you in person.
Good. WDS Crest, Fraud Squad, WDC Martella, and Acting DI Greg.
What fraud are you working on?
Something's cropped up.
You better get on with it then.
What a problem is it, my being here?
No, of course not. What have you got?
2 things. I've spoken to Sir Richard Hamberson's secretary. She says he's been approached to go on the board of directors of Hector Security International.
Oh, I get it.
Gives the company an air of respectability. Anyway, Hamberson has written to Hector asking for more details.
But he hasn't said no.
Exactly. They'll string it along as the scam lasts. Hector's registered office in the West End is an accommodation address.
I knew it.
Now, don't get too excited. There are a lot of hurdles to get over yet. And remember, if you bring them in, you can't hold on to them forever. Make sure you do it right.
Thanks for your help.
Fortuna Electronic Systems. They've never heard of Hector Security International. I'll bet they haven't.
Thanks. Gov, if we don't move fast, I think a lot of coppers are going to lose their pensions.
If they're as clever as you say they are, we may be jumping in too soon. I don't want to come out of this with egg on my face.
Under the circumstances, we don't have much choice.
If you'd been dead set on leaving the job, would you have gone for it? I mean, would you have been blinded to the fact it may have been a fraud?
If I was someone like Len Durton with a lump sum burning a hole in my pocket, yeah, I'd probably have gone for it hook, line and sinker.
Coppers.
Yeah, coppers. Never believe we can be conned.
After you. After you.
That's them.
Thanks, Joanne. Thanks, Elizabeth. Yes, we're going to see them in.
Bye. Well, gentlemen, this is Acting Detective Inspector Gregg. We'd like to ask you some questions.
Ted. Ted. Mike's got an iffy fraud. It could develop into something big. It's got to be done right. We could do with your help.
You're making a terrible mistake. I know you people have got a job to do, but it's rather silly. We're a legitimate company.
Headed notepaper and a couple of girls from an agency does not make a legitimate company, Mr. Simon.
I make that about £50,000 worth of checks and credit card transfer receipts.
On your way to the bank, were you?
Yeah.
And another 2 days' worth of interviews.
Now, what exactly are you alleging?
There must be at least 90 applicants here. Now, if only half of these people fell for your scheme, that would net you £225,000.
That's if you don't scare them all off with your rather stupid allegations. It's the sort of treatment I'd expect in another country, not here.
Oh, and you'd know all about that, wouldn't you, Mr. Simon?
Can we keep the conversation relevant so I can understand why my colleague and I have been brought here?
This morning, you said you had exclusive rights to sell security alarms manufactured by Fortuna Electronic Systems.
I think you'll find John said we were negotiating.
Fortuna Electronic Systems have never heard of you, Mr. Simon. They've never heard of Hector Security International.
I think what we have here is a misunderstanding.
A misunderstanding? You've taken people's hard-earned cash in return for goods that you can't deliver. Goods that you never intended to deliver.
If applicants weren't satisfied, their investment would be returned to them.
How? How are they going to find you? By then, the money will be in a Swiss bank account, and you and Mr. Carney will be setting up another bogus company.
Couldn't get an haircut.
Yes, it is a police matter.
All booked up till next week.
Thank you very much. 15 Tudor Terrace. Go and pick up Len Durton.
Len from Barton Street?
Yeah, bring him back here before he loses his pension and life savings. I was just coming to see you, sir.
What's happening?
Dashwood's come across a fraud which could be very big. If we're lucky, he's nipped it in the bud.
Well, can I do anything to help?
I've already delegated, sir.
I'm beginning to feel redundant.
Comes with the rank, Gov.
We might have been a little sloppy in the way we set up this venture.
Hector Security International does not exist, Mr. Carney.
Of course it exists.
Your brochure states that Sir Richard Hamberson is a director of the company. Is that correct?
It hasn't actually been finalized. A mere formality, I assure you.
What about all these $1 million contracts for NATO and the like?
I can't talk about them.
Oh, give me a name. Someone I can telephone.
The Official Secrets Act. You've heard of it, I take it.
Are you telling us, Mr. Carney, that you have no intention of defrauding anybody?
No intention whatsoever.
Well, ask yourself this question, Mr. Carney. If the applicants for this franchise, because that is what you are offering, knew the true facts, do you think that they would have handed over their money to you?
They would have had true value for their investment.
That wasn't the question.
Would you mind repeating that question?
Would you mind giving one straight answer, Mr. Carney?
You hit on a winner. You offer job prospects aimed specifically at a particular sector of the community, i.e. police officers about to retire. Once they've bitten, you've got them in the palm of your hand. Isn't that correct?
My cooperation is at an end. I wish to be released.
I'll take you through, mate. D.I. Gregg will want a statement of you.
I can't believe it. It's all the money I've got.
Your detention will be reviewed in 6 hours by the supervising officer. Do you understand?
Whatever you say, officer.
I think I'd like to get in touch with my solicitor, if I may.
I've been a bloody fool.
Have a seat.
No, you've been an innocent victim of a fraud. You'll be pleased to know that your cheque for £5 is quite safe.
It's not just the money. It's the fact I've been a copper for 30 years, taken in by a couple of con men. It's my pride that hurts.
With your evidence, we can charge them immediately. Hopefully the rest will just fall into place. Unfortunately, a case like this is going to attract a lot of publicity.
I'll go all the way.
Thanks, Len.
I'll get you tea.
Gov, Len Durton's agreed to make a statement, which at least gets the ball rolling.
Good. Let me know if you need a hand.
I will, thank you.
You still thinking of leaving?
Oh, I don't know. 37 years old and still a DC.
Rank isn't everything.
Well, what was all that about this morning, then?
That was about personalities. Pips on your shoulder mean nothing if no one's listening to what you say.
Well, you certainly seem to have got this lot's attention.
People like you, Tosh, even Ted, you're good at what you do. This job's about getting a good result, not promotion.
You being straight or honing your management skills?
What do you think?